Star Wars Unlimited enthusiasts, welcome to round 2 of August 6th Star Wars Unlimited Locals Night over at Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana. If you guys are looking for a place to play some Star Wars Unlimited, check out Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana. Thursday night, 6 p.m., $5 entry. And for round 2, we got a couple of Moth Gideons from Ash with 2 different deck strategies as well. We got Gideon Ash Blue and Gideon Ash Shipbreaker. So let's discuss this. Nonetheless, for both leaders are the exact same. Moth Gideon states on his front side, tap him when an enemy unit, when an Imperial unit is defeated this phase, the next unit you play make costs 1 less. He flips on 7 and then gains every single keyword besides Restore and Raid that each Imperial unit in your discard has. So basically, all the other keywords besides Restore and Raid you can get. I still think, personally, they should have given him Raid and Restore. I think it would have been quite fun to make him that overly jankified and then figured out a way to give him Restore and Raid. Still, that's just my opinion, where I would have liked him to have every single keyword in the game. But nonetheless, it's still a very fun jank leader, 100%. But we have 2 different styles of decks here. We have blue, which I'm not sure which coloration, if red or blue would even be the better one. But we have blue. But then we have Shiperbreaking Yard. So Shiperbreaking Yard is a rare base from, I think, Law. Yeah, it's from Law. It's the Law base. It's Law's rare base that states on an epic action, discard 3 cards from your deck. You may then return one of those cards discarded back to your hand, I believe. But the whole kind of gimmick of what the Gideon Ash Shipbreaker is doing is that they want to mill 3 cards, put them into their graveyard so they can mill keywords for Gideon. That's what they're doing. They're just milling into keywords. So it's a kind of fun, interesting idea to use a rare base that mills the top 3 cards of your deck to actually mill for you to put keywords into there. But nonetheless, folks, let's see which version of Gideon Ash will win as we go into game number 1. Anyways, here we go. So Gideon, show the Shipbreaker side, goes first. And then we're going to start with a Dark Trooper. And then on the other side, we're going to go for a Mouse Droid. And when defeated, the next Imperial unit costs 1 less. We're going to go for a Director Krennic Man. Oh, wait, no, right. No, it's, I think it's when played, the next Imperial unit you play costs 1 less. So anyways, we're going to go with Mouse Droid to allow for Director Krennic to come down. And then Director Krennic reduces the play cost of, Imperial units with when defeated skills by 1. So basically, the Imperial Door Technician does get to come out for free because of Krennic's effect there. So anyways, then we're going to go for, looks like A2s. We have the Dark Trooper allowing to swing over and kill the Mass Droid. Then we're going to have the Shuttle come down and then use its effect. And then it's going to go for killing the Dark Trooper there with the Krennic popping the shield. Then we're going to go for Moth Gideon's effect to tap it to next to the unit we play this phase. Does cost 1 less because our Imperial unit did die. I do not know what's in the glare there. For on the Gideon. And they're getting inside. We're going to go for the epic action for the Shipbreaking Yard. And then we're going to have the Craving Power is going to go back on the top. And then we're going to put the Occupier and the other card into there. Sorry, I thought it was put in hand. No, it's put 1 back on top from the 3 cards you milled. So Craving Power does go back into the hand here. Oh, sorry. I know what that is. It is the it is a Sentinel. It's the Moth Gideon Sentinel. It's a new 3-drop Moth Gideon that, when defeated, you may return a non-unique Imperial unit back to your hand. So it's very it's actually kind of fun. It's an interesting new card. A lot of green villainy is playing right now, even if you don't have an Imperial unit to return with its effect. So anyways, we're gonna go for it's the new OB card from the game, from the format. So anyways, we're then going to go for the Shuttle. The Shuttle is going to give its shield away to, of course, Moth Gideon here. And then we're going to have the little ship there is going to be able then to swing, dealing 1 damage to the base. And then we're going to have the Moth Gideon kill off the Director Krennic here, just so that the Director does not continue to reduce the play cost of when defeated skills. So A lot of stuff going on there, but this is very interesting right now. Just a kind of a different feel, and I'm glad we have like different feels. Each player playing a different different idea with 𝐒𝐄𝐻 Gideon here. As we're gonna go for the commando, super commandos. Then we're gonna go for the piercing shot to immediately kill off that commando. It does go right through the shields, by the way. So you destroy the shield, and then you do three straight direct damage. That is going to be able to kill the super commandos. And then we're going to have another damage go there. We're going to at the base with that little shuttle. Then we're going to go for BT1. Again, I don't know what the shuttle effect is, but I believe it's on attack. You can reduce the play cost, give a unit -1/-1. So anyways, we're going to have Krennic shuttle kill off the other shuttle, and then of course then we're going to have the Imperial Door Technician do 2 damage into Gideon, or Gideon and punch 2 damage into it. Doesn't overly really matter. So anyways, then we're going to pay for 6. We're going to go for 𝐷𝐿. 𝐷𝐿 is going to be able to ambush into Gideon, killing off Gideon, and then that's going to take 2 damage, and then that's going to create a spy token. Then Gideon's effect is going to return the Imperial Dark Trooper back to hand again, and return a non-unique Imperial unit back to your hand. So basically, and again, 𝐷𝐿 on attack is always create a spy token. So we're going to have to kind of see what we want to do now. Both sides are very close to flipping their Gideons. So anyways, we're going to go for Gideon and reducing the play cost. We're going to go for Grand Admiral Thrawn. Going for support, we're going to have then the effect of BT1. BT1 mill Enoch, and then that is going to then trigger the effect of Grand Admiral Thrawn's on attack skill of, remember, he does have the support of when that unit defeats an enemy unit, it does get to restand. So BT1 did kill the spy token there, did restand. We're going to have then a red guard is going to be hit, so 𝐷𝐿 is going to take 1 damage, and then of course the shuttle is going to deal 3 damage to the base, and that is going to be a pass. So right now I'm not exactly sure what both sides' keywords are. I know one side has shielded and sentinel, the other side I know has sentinel. I think has grit as well, because of that guard gives the grit. So yeah, I really think Moff Gideon is just a really fun deck. Anyways, we're gonna have nothing left to fear. We're gonna have 𝐷𝐿. 𝐷𝐿 is going to use nothing left to fear to immediately be able to gain 2 experience, gain +2/+2, and then he's gonna be able to kill the Grand Admiral Thrawn immediately off that. But that does now add support to Gideon's retinue. So anyways, then we're gonna have the shuttles do in 3 damage, and then we're gonna have 𝐷𝐿 is gonna do 7 damage at the base, and then create a spy token. Then we're going to go just a quick check of what we exactly have for the keyword side. Again, remember, when Gideon flips, he gains all keywords besides raid and restore from all Imperial units within your discard pile. So it's a little sad he just doesn't gain that. I really wish he had the ability to gain raid and restore. I think it would have made him maybe a slight little better. So anyways, we're going to go for Gideon to then reduce the play cost of a unit, because an Imperial unit did die here. So anyways, then we're going to have a Gideon get flipped. And then I believe we have shielded. And I believe that is it. Just shielded and sentinel. So we have shielded sentinel because of the super commandos in there as well. So we have shielded and sentinel right now for the Gideon Ash blue side of the board state. So I believe the other side has sentinel. I don't think they have shielded. But they do have sentinel, support, and grit. So they have support, they have sentinel, they have grit. That is all that they have. So we're going to go for sentinel, and we're going to do 2 damage. We're going to mill top card of our deck with BT1. BT1 will die there, so we do not get Grand Admiral Thrawn. Actually, no, it wouldn't matter anyway. It's just a support trigger that comes off. But anyways, BT1 also got all of those keywords, which is kind of hilarious. He got every single one of those keywords off that attack too. So anyways, we're going to have Moff Gideon go. Again, Gideon did give sentinel there to the other Gideon, so both Gideons do have sentinel. So anyways, we're going to go for craving power to immediately kill off the Gideon, so that way that sentinel does not exist anymore. But also, by the way, that Gideon has grit, so it is right now swinging for 12 damage because of grit. Woo! That's a big Gideon, and that's also naturally a 7/10 as well, because Gideon is a 5/8. So yeah, plus then the extra 5 you got off of being gridded. So yeah, that's why I just really like what he can do. I still think he's jank. He's by no means good. 𝐷𝐿 is going to be able to swing there for the 5 there. It is enough to actually kill, funny enough, because it already had 5 damage on it. But still, it was kind of funny to see both Gideons do some stuff. So anyways, then we're going to have the Dark Trooper swing in there for 3 damage. I'm not exactly sure how exactly the blue side of Gideon wins this one. They do have a rested spy token thanks to the 𝐷𝐿 going in for that attack there. So Yeah, I mean, the problem is the shuttle is still going to be able to swing 3 damage in your face from the sky there. And then we're going to go for the armor there to then allow that spy token to get an extra little bit of buff of health and +2 in the attack there. Then we're going to have these shuttles swing in. We're going to have this spy kill over the Dark Trooper there, taking back 3 damage. Again, being able to survive. Then we're going to go for a 9th Sister. Have to pitch 1 card out of our opponent's hand, and whatever that, based on the cost of that card, they could deal damage for that. So anyways, it looks like that's just going to be a scoop up right there. No point in just continuing to push the game. This shuttle basically wins the game, as well as the 9th Sister. So whatever they pitched, depending if it was a 4 cost, they're able to immediately murk these both off. So if you don't know, 9th Sister states when played, your opponent discards a card from their hand. Based on the cost of that card, you're allowed to ping damage to any unit you want on the board state for how much it is. So if they pitch a 2, you can do 1 and 1 or 2, or if they pitched a 4, you can do like 2, 1, 1 or 2 and 2 or all 4 or 3, 1, whatever you kind of want to do with it. It does Force Throw plus OB. It's still a very good card. There's a reason why CAD Ash Blue is dominating right now in the format with the use of Pre-Vizsla, Chimera, and 9th Sister all in the deck at once. Probably that leader's probably going to get a pretty good Swift ban here come in the upcoming future here once a couple more PQs come out this season, especially since I believe next week I'm recording this on the 15th of October. Sorry, the 15th of August, not October yet, of August, and a sector qualifier is next week in Indiana, so I would suspect after that, Cad Bane may be taking a big ban. So, nonetheless, we're getting into game number 2. Here we go, folks. Game number 2. Can Gideon Ash Blue force a game number 3? Anyways, we're going to pay 1. We're going to go for a Remnant Trooper. Then we're going to go for BT1 on the other Gideon side. Ooh, 3 good mills there. Again, they do not have to return a top card of their deck. So anyways, they're going to go for, it has an Chancellor Palpatine and then a Grand Admiral Thrawn that already gives support. Unfortunately, Chancellor Palpatine does not have the Imperial keyword onto him because, again, at that time, there was no Imperium. Or, not Imperium, that is Warhammer 40k Empire. So anyways, then we're going to go Remnant Trooper swinging in. Then we're going to go for Gideon, Enoch there for ability. Then we're going to go for BT1. BT1 is going to hit another Grand Admiral Thrawn. Again, you can only ever have 1 support there. So BT1 is going to be able to kill off the Remnant, going to be able to kill off both sides there, the Remnant Trooper as well as the Mouse Droid on death. And then we're going to go for a Forest Patroller there, which I believe has Overwhelm and, what's his other keyword? Overwhelm and Restore 1. Again, you don't get the Restore 1 on the Gideon, you just get the Overwhelm. Anyways, we're going to have the Mos Espa dealer there, and then we're going to swing in 2 damage to the base there. And then remember, Enoch does have a +1 for each trooper that is, of course, in the graveyard right now. So anyways, we're going to have Forest Patroller to do 5 damage, kill off BT1 there, taking 2 back. Again, Enoch gets a +1, I believe. I don't know how many troopers right now are in the graveyard. Anyways, we're going to give the shuttle's going to give a shield token to Enoch. And then we're going to have Super Commandos come down on the other Gideon side, giving, of course, Sentinel and Shielded. A 4/3 Sentinel Shielded is just so nice in this game right now. It really is. Such a nice card to really play. So anyways, we're going to go for Piercing Shot. It doesn't matter when you get hit with a Piercing Shot. Being able to immediately delete the shield and go right into 3 damage points. It's just super, super nice there. 100%. But then that does load up the Gideon once again, which then get tapped here. Anyways, we're going to have the Forest Patroller go in there for 3 damage. And then we're going to go for Crosshair, and then we're going to go for Darth Vader again. As long as he's standing, he does gain Sentinel. And then we're going to have Enoch. Enoch immediately was going to punch off Darth Vader's shield, moving his own shield. That is going to then be a tap on the blue side of the board, as the shuttle is going to deal with 3 damage. It is interesting. The blue side really doesn't seem to really use Gideon's effect as much as the Shipbreaker side is using it. We see a lot of Shipbreaker is using it right now over like the blue side of it all. So anyways, of course, then we're just reading up on Crosshair. Can be able to do 2 damage to a unit to allow you to do 1 damage to I believe a unit or base. I can't actually remember how he reads on that text. Remember, the Darth Vader, as long as he is standing, does have Sentinel for the turn. So anyways, we're going to have the We're going to have the Force Patroller kill off of the Crosshair here, and then we're going to have 2 damage go after Vader there, and then we're going to have 𝐂𝐏 take back 4. Again, remember, as long as Vader's standing, there is Sentinel. We're going to go for 𝐷𝐿. 𝐷𝐿 is going to be able to ambush into the Vader there, killing that off, and then creating a spy token. You're wondering why exactly they had to, they could have just played the 𝐷𝐿 and ignored the ambush, but you still want to get that Vader off the board, so you just want to be able to immediately kill off a lot of things. So right now, I think on the Shipbreaker side, as we're going to play for a Moff Gideon on the blue side, and we're going to do 3 damage, I believe the Shipbreaker side has just support, I think. And then we're going to go for a Krennic on the blue side, coming down with, of course, his shield token. Remember, he does reduce the play cost of all defeated guys by 1. So, a little something there to think about. I know the other Moff Gideon side has Sentinel and shielded as well, so it does get to come in shielded. I don't know if they caught that on the first game here. So we're going to go for 𝐷𝐿. 𝐷𝐿 is going to be able to kill off the Moff Gideon there, and then it's going to be able to gain a spy token. Then we're going to take a look. Ooh, not a good choice there. You're about to flip Moff Gideon for the turn. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because you can still play it out and then have it as a 4/3 shielded. But the thing is, if you had played that the turn, maybe, but anyways, we're gonna have the spy token go and kill, knock out the shield there, being able to go for that. Then we're gonna swing over 𝐂𝐏 with the Director Krennic being able to knock off the shield there, just trying to get some board control going on blue side where they don't really have to overly worry about a lot of things hitting them in the face here. Just taking another look at what exactly we all have keyword wise for, of course, the Shipbreaker side's Moff Gideon. So anyways, we're gonna flip the Moff Gideon. We're gonna then swing for 5. It looks like the support was the only keyword that I saw, so that would trigger then the shuttle, allowing its support to attack as well. And then we're going to have the Imperial Door Technician. We're going to go for Ninth Sister as well, and then that's going to be a pitch out of the hand for the effect here. Let's see what they pitched. So basically that is going to be able to remove both of those bodies with whatever they pitched. Basically, as long as it dealt, I think, 3 damage, it was perfectly fine. Again, any card pitched out of the hand. Doesn't have to just be a unit. It can be any card. So anyways, Gideon's going to come out as well. That should come out with, yep, a shield token. So Gideon did have ambush and did have support because of the 𝐷𝐿 there. But anyways, we have Overwhelm, shielded, and sentineled on the other Gideon side of the board state. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to really try to win out the game state right now. It just looks like red had just, the Shipbreaker side had the more power there. We're going to knock out our shield to go for the Gideon, and then the Overwhelm trigger, and then that is a pass from there. But again, the Ninth Sister does deal 8 straight damage on the attack there, folks. That is 1 kill on that Gideon. So Ninth Sister is going to be able to survive the attack on Gideon, because again, Gideon does have Sentinel right now, but it's not going to matter. There's going to be a craving power to immediately remove the Gideon in 1 fell shot. So meaning there is no fear of having to waste that attack on that Sentinel, and that is just going to be a scoop up on the Gideon Ash blue side, as Gideon Ash Shipbreaker wins it in the end. Really cool game there, getting to see 2 different versions of Gideon. But nonetheless, guys, you let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay, on the decks, and while you guys are commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you're notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mom Dragons TCG.